All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the simulator. Welcome back to the channel, Turbo Talon Golf. It's Friday, the 12th of September, 2025. I am on my off Friday. I work a 980. And I've got a tee time here in about 2 hours or so. What I'm going to do is probably play Joe Lagowski's golf league here because I'm running out of stuff to play. Let's check out the vital stats. Joe Lagowski's stuff is never easy, guys, so we can probably expect another live stream like the one from yesterday. Honestly. White tees. The white tees are 7,000 yards. Saturday pins. Gimme auto putts set to 5 feet. Green firmness is soft with a stimp of 12. This might be the only thing that saves me, but that depends on how the rest of the course is. If I'm not able to get off the tee, let's say both sides of the fairway are lined with trees or out of bounds or lateral hazard, the soft greens aren't even going to save me. Fairway firmness is normal. Wind is basically non-existent, and the elevation is 150 feet above sea level. Let's load it up. There's something else I wanted to cover that's really been bothering me. I probably spend too much time on social media, but I'm reading this Ben Hogan book, Power Golf. Can you see that? Little paperback I found at Barnes & Noble. And I've read it a couple of times. I'm on my second read through. But literally, right in the introduction, Ben says, contrary to anything you may have read on the subject, there is no such individual as a born golfer. Some have more natural ability than others, but they've all been made. And I'm not going to read the whole book to you, but every time I read that part, I think of all of these guys on social media that are trying to say golf is easy, the easy way to get rid of your slice, or the easy way to get rid of your hook, or the easy way to hit chip shots. There's nothing easy about golf. From the tee box to the cup, there is nothing easy about golf. None of it. I don't trust the people that say the easy way to do anything. If I started up with a new swing coach and he said anything about golf being easy outside of like maybe a joke, I would probably do one session with him to be polite, and then I'd never call him again, okay? I want somebody that says, golf is hard as shit. You'll be lucky someday if you can ever regularly break 80. You're going to suck at it for a long time. Do you still want to go on this journey? That's the golf coach I want. I don't want somebody saying golf is easy or that you can get rid of your slice in one easy lesson. I don't want any of that crap. I think it's nonsense. There's nothing easy about golf. It's the hardest thing I've ever done. And I'm one of those guys that's kind of had an easy go at stuff. I've been more athletic generally than my peers throughout my entire life. So if you got somebody trying to say golf is easy or you can get rid of this in one easy step or just do this, stupid, how come you can't pick this up? Run the other way, find another golf coach. Don't click on that guy's video because all they're trying to do is get clicks. That's all I got for you this morning. But if Ben Hogan said it, it's probably true. He's one of the greatest golfers there ever will be, and the dude was like 140 pounds or something. Hey, morning, sir. I don't know how I do it either. In the beginning, it was hard. In the beginning, if I played like 2 rounds in here, I was sore for 3 days, but I think it's kind of getting to the point where I'm not spending as much effort in my swing. I don't know. But how are you doing this morning? It's probably not morning where you are. It's probably evening down there. Yeah, I'm certainly not in shape. I am shapes. But I will tell you that weight training and a really like evening and morning stretching regimen helps a lot to be able to go. But I've got a feeling that come Sunday night after 3 rounds of golf outside and God knows how many in here, that I'm not going to be in very good condition. Okay, it looks like we've got trees on both sides of the fairway. I haven't swung a golf club this morning yet. How loud are these birds for you guys? They don't look like they're too bad. Every course is different, so I gotta adjust this, which means I have to pay attention, which is annoying because I'm not very good at paying attention. Most of the time I just forget. Okay, it's 10 p.m. It's 10 p.m. down there. Well, I appreciate you tuning in. I'm sure you're gonna see some awesome golf this morning because Joe Lagowski's events they're pretty damn hard. I'm using the ProTee VX this morning as indicated by the 10 windows on the screen. There's nothing wrong with the square. I just wanted to get some visual feedback on these one length clubs because I'm going to be using them on the golf course today. I am going to take some $180 one length clubs from Amazon and use them on the golf course. That's right, you heard me. But I don't keep score on the golf course, so it doesn't matter. I just want to see if they're actually like a viable solution. And in the simulator, I got to put my right foot way back to not slice the ball. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And it still did it. I got to have my right foot back even further, apparently. That was a little heely. That probably contributed, but you can see we were still a little over the top. I'm not going to sit and explain every shot. This is more of a warm-up session. I don't think this club's going to go 196, but okay, everything's going right. I think the tree branch deflected, so we're spending the majority of this hole. Looks like we'll be spending on the right. That was good contact. I hit a tree. There's nothing I can do about that. Honestly, since my game's so inconsistent right now, I don't think these clubs are going to hurt me. $180 clubs. My regular set is, I don't know how much these pings were in their heyday, but I see them used for $650, $700, and I honestly just don't think it's going to make a difference. But I don't keep score, so I won't know, but I'll give you maybe a general feel in the next video I shoot and tell you whether they ruined my life or not. Okay, a birdie in a Joe Lagowski event, I would say, let's call that an outlier on the bell curve and assume that there aren't going to be too many of those throughout the round. And if I got to stop the round early, I will, because my tee time is more important than my warm-up. And it's hard enough to get a tee time here in Utah as it is, honestly. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, right into the bunker too. That sucks. The course I'm playing this morning, I don't recall it having too many bunkers. It's got a lot of holes where little creeks run through the center of the fairway. That was the most notable thing I can recall about it. Hey, thanks, sir. How are you doing? Like, honestly, things going okay? Have you been refurbishing any clubs or anything lately? Are you, I know I'm asking you a bunch of shotgun questions here. Are you a golf instructor in real life or anything like that? Because I would love to have a golf instructor like you. Honestly. My old golf coach, he's okay, but... Okay, guys, so this one's got a, like, straight up OB on both sides of the fairway. Need to be careful here. All right, the shot shape is fadey today. There's just no getting around it. I think it said it was 7,000 yards, unfortunately, which is why we're on a par 4 and I still got 230 into the pin. Nice. I'll be looking for that video. There's always a fly or some sort of mosquito in here. My simulator's in my garage. There's always something in here. For golf's sake says he's anything but a golf instructor, which I disagree with. He's given me some of the best advice that I've ever gotten. I've only been golfing for like 14 months, but he gave me the advice to start looking into a 7 fairway wood, which I did. Invaluable tool on the golf course. Tons of stuff. Yeah, I feel you on the golf nerd thing. I am willing to try anything because I don't think you should tie yourself to one set of clubs or one brand or one type. Okay, I thought we were going to get a little break to the left, but we did right there at the end. Is what it is. We got to putt again, unfortunately. 10-footer. So I missed that cut by 10 feet. And then for some reason it broke right at the end there. How was my HLA? HLA was okay. So we were doing really well and then for some reason got hit in the face with a double bogey. That one occurred on the putting green. We've got another really narrow hole here. I think if I can keep it left, we'll be all right if I don't try to swing out of my stinking shoes. Luckily, the ProTee VX will pick my ball up anywhere on this hitting strip. And then what we'll try to do is stay along the left line here. Got to have this foot way back to not slice in the simulator. I'm not sure what it is. That thing's still fading over, if you can believe that. It's still faded over. Yeah, I still came over the top according to the ProTee. I still came over the top quite badly, which is crazy because my foot was literally 12 inches back from the other one. Nice easy swing with the 3-wood, get this foot way back. I hate that I got to do that, but whatever works. All right, that was 2 decent shots, and I still got 100 yards into the pin. It looks like we got a good bit of green to play with. But what I want to do is get on somewhere near the middle, and then, because the ball's going to dribble over, I can see that. That was fat. So instead of a par now, we're maybe looking at a bogey. If I could get my driver under control in the simulator, I don't think 7,000 yard tees would be a big deal. But when you can't get off the tee, you're kind of hamstringed right out of the gate. All right, we didn't get any rollout on that, and it's breaking way more than I thought it would. Is your shoulder fixable, or they've already tried to fix it and it didn't work? All right, we snuck out of that par 5 with a par. Yeah, golf's tough enough. It doesn't help if your body's not cooperating. That sucks. Okay, so the 1-length 5-iron here went 174. Like I said in last night's live stream, depending on how I strike it, it goes between 175 and 200. Another thing I can try with driver is address closed, 11 a.m. then grip. Yeah, I'm working between the opening, like almost grossly opening the stance, strengthening up my grip, which is that, and then intentionally closing my club face so that it is not coming through open. The problem is, like I mentioned last night, is I don't have these problems on the real golf course. This is mainly just something that happens in the simulator. So I got to decide how much effort I'm going to put in just so I can quote unquote win a video game. $357. This one's opened up a little more. I'm just going to keep following for golf's sake's advice. So let's close the club face here a little, then grip. There we go. We got this foot way back. Like I'm talking like 8 to 12 inches back. Like it's absurd what you got to do in the simulator. And it's still fading over, if you can believe that. Launch monitor says I came in over the top. It's pretty absurd. But the trees aren't killing us too bad so far. I gotta mind my P's and Q's here. I gotta leave for the golf course in time to get there to get all my crap out of the car. 115. What's funny, you say you can relate to the differences to real to sim. There's a lot of people who like will die on the cross saying that they're basically the same. And I'm just like, I don't know about that. All right, I'm starting to get the distances of these clubs down, but I'm at 4,500 feet above sea level, so I think there's going to be a bit of a learning curve when I get to the golf course this morning. I would love to live stream around a golf, but recording on the golf course is cumbersome, is a good word for it. Yeah, so what I'll do, here's another driver hole. What I'll do is, because it doesn't matter, I ain't playing for money, we'll close the face even more. So we'll close her up to about 10 o'clock. I'll take a strong grip and let's see how crazy this is. My face is so closed right now. Still did it. So I'm clearly missing some wrist action here because my face should not be coming through closed or open. It's just absurd. Okay, let's see here. 140 to the pin. I want to swing hard, but that usually ends up in disaster. That was a bit thin. Looks like we'll be fine. Just got to chip it up next to the pin here. This is not going to be an easy shot. I need the ball to stop. And it might because we're playing on soft greens. All right, it's going to make us putt. All right, so on my next driver hole, I'm going to close the face to about 10 or 11 o'clock, and then I am going to hit the ball very hard. We're not doing too bad here. We're +1 after 7 in a Joe Lagowski event, so I'm actually wondering if I woke up this morning or died in my sleep and I'm just in a dream. Like Shelby's version of heaven is a simulator. No, I know this is gonna sound corny, but I'm not religious, but any version of heaven that doesn't have my wife in it, I don't want to be there. She is 100% my better half. I love her very much. We've been married for about 25 years, so if I could have my simulator and my lovely wife, that would be heaven for me. But I don't think that's how it works. Because what if her version of heaven doesn't have me in it? How does that work? Okay, super closed face. Let's close her up to about 10:30 here. And let's really give this thing a wallop in here. That stinks. That's what you want to do, though. The opposite of slice is that. Close face, then grip. Don't just close the face. That's what I'm doing. Okay, I don't know if this ball's going to get out, and I don't know what it's going to do if it gets out, because we got to hit 177 to the pin. Basically, what's going to happen here, unless we get really lucky, because I'm not going to be able to get it out. I'm behind a tree, so what I'm going to do is take a sim drop here, excuse me, because this is not going to work out. And a sim drop does give you a stroke. You can see we're on shot 3 now. And I've got to hit 175 to get to the pin, but I don't want anything to do with that water. Nothing at all. Because we've already taken a stroke for the sim drop. So that was over the top. That was over the top with a closed face. So I need to probably work on shallowing out my swing and stop coming over the top. I honestly think that's the primary offender, is the over the top club path. I felt the club twist in my hand. Let's hope we're over the water. Yeah, that was fat and towy. Nothing good ever happens. 31 yards. We know that the ball's going to want to rip to the left real hard. Let's just go up there. Oh, wow. That sucks. Yeah, we're looking at a double, maybe a triple now. This pin position is diabolical. No good. We might get out alive. There we go. We needed that. So took a double there from a bad drive. I had to take a sim drop. What time is it? Is it time to leave for the golf course yet? Not quite. The ball's a couple of ball lengths, balls from the inside of my left heel. Traditional spot. But I know you've talked before about moving it closer to the center of the stance. Which I'll do now because I'm sure that's where you're going. Okay, that's still fading over despite my best attempt, and then we're going to be in Margaritaville there. That sucks. 240 though at sea level. We'll take that. 218 into the pin. Mind you, this is a par 4. So hopefully I can get some loft or I'm going to be in trouble. That was not a bad shot. Most people have it off the front foot, which if you like this side of the front foot, that's absurd. I can't imagine where the ball would go if I tried something like that. All right, we got 40 in, tough lie. I think that's gonna sail. Doing the walk of shame, folks. I thought we were gonna lose more power out of that lie. It looks like we did lose quite a bit of power, so that was just a user error. Okay, these longer holes, like a 450-yard par 4, in real life, unless I get a really good shot off the tee, I'm looking at a bogey, double bogey every time. So it's no surprise that that's what's happening here as well. And then I must have pushed that or misread it because that was trash. HLA was a little off, but we're taking more double bogeys than I would like. I guess we're playing bogey golf. We're not quite playing bogey golf. Playing .5 bogey golf. 169-yard par 3. We got a little bit of wind. I hope I can get through the entire round before I got to leave for the golf course. But I'm looking forward to a nice little relaxing round of golf with a couple of my friends from work. Very good shot. Probably would have been a birdie, but I pushed it a little. These clubs are hitting so much better with new grips. I think one of the places that Pine Meadow cut, based on when I was re-gripping these clubs yesterday, they definitely cut corners on the grips. The grips are trash, and the grip tape they used was, I've never seen anything like it before. It was really weird. Almost transparent. I'm sure it was fine. Like the grips weren't slipping or anything, but it wasn't anything I've ever seen before. Okay, I'm smoking these golf balls. Hopefully that thing will roll your boat. But now we've got it's downhill, sort of flat, I don't know. I think it's going to break quite a bit at the end. All right, we got another chance at driver, 400-yard par 4. I don't mind that at all. I wish I could hit a draw, boy. This would be a perfect draw hole. You can see we got a bunch of danger down here, some hazard, a golf cart path, stuff like that. What I'm going to try to do is just put one out over these trees and let it come back into the fairway, because no matter what I do, it's going to fade over. Just like that, except it was planned this time. That was almost a good shot. May have been glue. I have also seen what looks to be clear, super thin grip tape. It had very abrupt edges. You could tell it was like a very thin tape. I don't know if it was glue, because you could tell it was tape, like it was overlapped in the middle and stuff. So I don't think it was glue, but That's the only thing I really haven't really gotten on board with these clubs so far was the grips. Like I couldn't get on board with them. Oh, come on, come back right. We going to Margaritaville? Dude, I swear. Wherever the bunker is, that's where the ball's going. I either push it into the bunker or pull it into the bunker, but it's going into the bunker. See, that didn't come speeding out of the sand trap like they usually do. That's disappointing. 28-foot putt. I mean, the chances of this going in are pretty minimal, but I'll try to get it down there for a 2-putt. Ooh, come on, Sally, hit the ball. What are you doing, buddy? That thing almost didn't want to go in. Bogey +6. Pretty good ball striking on that hole. Not terribly worried about score right now. You use jumbo, don't you? I do as well. I didn't know you were 6'3". You're taller than I am. So I have bigger hands. The grips just feel terrible for me. Yeah, I was using jumbo, but I switched to these mediums. I think it's a perfect balance between feel and I don't have terribly big hands, even though I'm 6'1" on a good day. I really like the feel of these mediums. Get up there. I don't know if that was a really far fairway or I didn't hit very far. 500-yard par 5, that works for me. 264. So we got to get up to that water. I don't think we're going to get over the water. Let's just get to the water. I probably could have got over the water with a 3-wood. But what if I didn't? The million-dollar question. What if I didn't? For golf's sake says +6 is fine for that length of course. And I do agree with you. The thing that I don't like about my game right now, sir, is the inconsistency. Last night I was playing, it was I think 7,200-yard course, and I think I went 25 over. Just my shots were all over the place. I would trade strokes for consistency. Like if I could consistently go 12 or 15 over, but not have the rounds where I went 25 over, I would trade that. Which I know, I bladed that. I know that sounds stupid, but if you think about it, it's worth the trade-off to me. See, I would take a mulligan on the real golf course. I'll take a mulligan when I thin a shot. I don't think it's a good idea because your mind is basically still caveman. I don't like ending on a shot like that. Because then your mind every time you're out 52 yards or the next time you're out 52 yards and you need to chip or pitch onto the green, your mind's going to harken back to that. Oh, okay. Your mind's going to harken back to that last shot you took where you thinned the ball. So when I'm out on the course now, I don't take score, and I have no problem dropping another ball unless I won't do it if it's going to impede speed of play, because there's nothing worse than a 6-hour round of golf, and that's sadly not uncommon here in Utah because they're pounding so many people onto the golf course. A foursome every 10 minutes. Okay, that's still coming over. That's weird. Stay out of that bunker. "30 yards offline, guys. Chicken wing was down. I need to shallow my swing out. I'm not John Daly, not at least that I'm aware of. Okay, it's starting to get time for me to head to the golf course. We might have to finish this bad boy up later. Do we not have 3D grass enabled? What's going on here? Does this course not have it? Course doesn't have it. Those Callaway Elites, I'm assuming that's how that's pronounced. Man, and I may be wrong, but I thought those were, when I was looking, those things were pretty damn expensive. Well, that's going to come back to bite. See, that's when I bounce my club off the turf like that, that's another place I'll take a mulligan. I'll just drop another ball and chip another ball, because that was a trash shot. It's going to leave me at least a 2-putt, possibly, probably a 3-putt. Just shots like that where your mind can't differentiate reality from fiction. Man, that was just a bad putt. It just didn't feel like that's what it should have done. Is what it is. I can't mulligan on here. Yeah, 3-putt. Gotta love those doubles. So a 15-degree driver. Yeah, I don't know what my mini is. It's over here somewhere. I don't know what the loft is on it. I got a Taylormade burner. This is going to play 175. Probably should tee up, huh? Very well struck ball, but you can see I pushed it. And we stayed out of the bunker. That felt really nice. I don't know if these clubs needed to be broken in or something. I can't imagine that would be true, but they feel different, so different with new grips. Yeah, that's a good deal. I need more friends like yours, sir. This is 16 playing 13. Just need to sneak it in the side here. Yeah, we got her. We got her. 9 over on a Joe Lagowski event is something to be proud of, guys. We got 4 holes left. Yeah, I'm starting to figure out the grip size thing is certainly something you need to come to terms with. All right, guys, this hole has got OB on the right and the left, and it's also got a lateral hazard on the right as well. Real slim pickings. I might be able to float a ball out over the left side and bring it back in, but if I hit it too far to the left, it's gone. We'll see what we can do. Thank you. I wish I could say I planned for that putt to drop, but I think we both know that's not true. All right, so in my attempt to get the ball to come out and over the fairway, I hit it straight left, and I think we're taking 2 strokes. Yes, I can see the damn blue bar here. That really pisses me off. Let's hit the same shot again. Oh, boy, I hate OB. It makes my blood boil. All right, that's sort of fading over. It's a little bit of a fade. It might hit the cart path. That still doesn't make me feel any better. We took a 2-stroke penalty on a par 4, which is basically scorecard suicide. And I still got I hit 258. We still got 233 to go over water. Crazy, absolute madness. Just madness, guys. I almost didn't even clear the water with a 3-wood. Yeah, I knew I should have hit a 7-wood and I didn't. That's why I suck at golf. 63 yards. I shouldn't even have tried that, but I had a couple of holes previously where it worked and I was able to bend the ball back onto the fairway. So I got cocky. I got cocky, sir. I let my ego get in the way. I know we talked about that quite a bit the other day. Good old ego. I'm getting to the point where I kind of don't even want to use a 58-degree wedge anymore. Like, I like 54-degree wedge. I think does everything you need done. Okay, that was should have been a par, but turned into a double bogey because of the OB. It's just self-deprecation. There's the one guy that pops into the chat every so often and lets me know how terrible of a golfer I am, so I just try to appease him. All right, so the OB is not so egregious on this hole. Let's make sure that if we do hit left, it doesn't kill us too bad. I might be able to finish this round and still get to the golf course on time. Oh, I did it again. Just stay in, don't go OB. Oh, it's still going. Okay, we're buried. I'll see if I have an out. I don't think I have an out, so we're not gonna burn. It's not worth hacking your way out of that forest, guys. You're just gonna end up getting a 10. Come on, fade over. You going to Margaritaville? Not quite. That ball went way too far. That was a 6-iron. Yeah. I don't even mess around. I'm not going to hit out of that in the real course. I'm not going to hit out of it here. I mean, we were doing all right for a while, but if I can hold on to 12 over, that's my self-proclaimed on-course handicap. All right, we've got a little bit of room to work with here. If I can keep the ball relatively non-power fadey, we should be fine. All right, so it's still probably going to have tree trouble despite my best efforts. Driving in the simulator is not very pleasant. It wasn't a bad shot. I don't know why everything decides to do that in the sim. I haven't figured it out. Don't particularly care to. $130. What's our 130 club here? Don't go that way. That was the club, especially on a soft green. If we were playing normal or firm greens, you want to kind of land about 10 yards before the pin. But that was our club, I think, on soft greens. Get in the cup. Okay, Parsky. I think this is the last hole, then I got to sign out and get out of here. 262, 500-yard par 5. I think we should be okay. Worst case scenario, we end up in those thick trees on the right. Trash can pop fly. I'd mulligan, but I can't. We're not even going to make it on the fairway. I appreciate it, sir. Let's see if we can't get this ball wet. Okay, and then there's that. Nice thick shot, bounced off the turf. So I'm gonna have to take another sim drop here on 18. And then we'll get out of the hole and I'll talk with you guys while I load up my golf clubs. And then I'll get on out of here. We got a tiny little green that I need to hit 210 into. We're obviously not doing that. I'm gonna go over here and lay up. I already took a sim drop. I'm not gonna get my ball wet. Can you at least get on the fairway, please? Good grief. Good shot. We got wind in our face. We just need to make sure we get over this. That was thin. That is absolutely going to get over. It's going to go into the grandstand. Those are the shots I'll take a drop on. I'm not ending on a thin shot like that. A little bit of collateral damage here. We've had a couple of bad shots and I had to take a sim drop out of the trees, but we should be fine overall. Not a bad round for a Joe Lagowski event. It's probably a little hot. We'll putt a couple more times. This should end the round. Couldn't quite get it there. That's unfortunate. Is that a triple? That was a quad. Okay, not a bad round. We started out strong, had a lot of pars, and then the back nine kicked the shit out of us like we owed it money. Shot a 41 on the front and then a stinking 48 on the back, which is pretty ugly golf. I'll keep talking to you guys while I load up my bag. Today I'm taking both sets of golf clubs. I don't need that ball. The pings are gonna sit in the trunk of the car, and if these one length irons are doing me dirty after 9 holes, I'll switch back to the pings. But let's get all loaded up here. I don't even want to take this 58-degree wedge. It just gets me into trouble most of the time. But let's load up the Pine Metal golf clubs here. Pitching wedge 9. What do we got here? Got our 8, 7, 6er, 5er, and then let's load up these woods and this driver here. Probably got another head cover sitting somewhere in the ether here, somewhere. There it is. Driver. What do we got here? 3 wood. Three wood goes on this side of the putter, and then we got our 7 wood. I will let you know how it goes by feel, but I don't keep score, so I'll tell you how it went with the irons, though. We'll see how it goes by feel. All right. Looks like we're about ready to go here. Got the battery to my golf cart. my car keys. All right, guys, I'm signing off. Thanks for tuning in. We'll probably see you this afternoon because I'm a golf junkie. Have a good one.